Howdy folks, Spencer here with some leaks and news for STO, along with some free games and other sales that you may be interested in. As always, chapters to each topic are listed below. Starting with the headline topic, with the June 19th patch on PC, the 2025 summer ship leaked into the game via the event's reclaim window. It is the Federation Intel Holoship from Star Trek Insurrection. The full stats and information about the ship, its trait, and console can be viewed by right-clicking on the listing in the event reclaim window. And Bordicus had stated a week or two back on the STO Wiki Discord that the summer ship was finished over a month ago, so the stats and info here should be the final iteration. But before I look at these any closer, let's take a step out of the game to see what the ship actually looks like. By default, this ship is a bit of a brick, and you can understand why Bordicus implied that not everyone was going to be a fan of it. And given the lore of this ship, with most of the interior being a holodeck, it does feel weird that this is a full Tier 6 ship with combat capabilities. Now, I know the thought of a flying brick is not the most appealing to most of you, but if you hop back in-game and look at the description of this ship, in the second paragraph it says, this holoship can mask itself with holograms of other vessels. So it has a functionality built into it similar to what we see on like the Romulan drone ship pets, where it has the ability to look like other ships. We don't yet know what those other ships are, but it is an interesting concept. Now, for the remaining stats, I'm going to be taking a brief look at those here today. This ship does have some unique stuff baked into it, and there just isn't enough information about it here to give a full stats breakdown. And for the accessories, there's no specific numbers, so a full stats breakdown just isn't possible until we're closer to release. And starting near the top, this ship has 3 different built-in holographic configurations to better mimic the ships that its Holomatrix emits, those 3 options being TAC, Engine, Psi. Each configuration has their own strengths and weaknesses. Getting more kills under each mode will grant additional bonuses that get more powerful as you get more kills. In addition, each mode has a different set of ship holograms to use, and that selection will grow as you get more kills with that mode. Some of the changes with each mode are listed right below that, but we don't have a full list of what the buffs are, or what ship holograms each mode is going to have access to. This is clearly the main unique offering of this ship, and without the specifics, it's impossible to say how much of an impact it's going to have for the value of the ship. We're just going to have to wait until the official blog is released 1 to 2 weeks from now. And for the accessories, the console is the Holomatrix Distortion, which triggers a Holomatrix Distortion around the ship when active, increasing your defenses by placating nearby enemies, giving you temporary hit points, and buffing your resistance while decreasing your enemy's resistance. The console also provides a passive inertia and defense buff. Inertia buffs aren't that common, so it's going to be interesting to see just how much of a buff that is. And the Starship trait here is Ouroborus Driver. It's a cooldown reduction trait that gives TAC and Intel abilities a cooldown reduction when you hit Inj or Miracle Worker abilities, and vice versa. Cooldown reduction traits tend to have very little value nowadays, and I expect this to be no different. And now jumping over to the stats, this has a hull modifier of 1.25, shield mod of 1.15. It's got a 4-4 weapon setup, 3 device slots. Console-wise, 4 TAC, 4 Inj, 3 Psi. Base turn rate of 11, impulse of 0.2, inertia of 75 is pretty high. For the power buffs, +5 to weapons and engines, and -10 to auxiliary. And then with the different modes, it has different power buffs that it's going to be getting. Then it has the built-in Holomatrix there, which I guess is taking place of the default cloak you would see on an Intel ship. Then it's got the Gather Intel Mechanic, subsystem targeting. And for the Mastery package, it has the Battlecruiser configuration, which is physical and kinetic damage resistance, plus regen, energy and radiation damage resistance, and plus max hull capacity. And then for the Bridge Officer setup, this is a full universal setup, so you have a Commander Universal with Intel, a Lieutenant Commander Universal with Miracle Worker, Lieutenant Commander Universal, and Lieutenant Universal. So you are missing out on the 13th Bridge Officer ability by having the full universal setup, but that is still going to be giving you many different ways to build this ship out. Now, looking back, Bordicus said that this ship was adaptable, and we can see that it is with the Bridge Officer layout, the different modes, and the fact that it has a built-in holo emitter to let you make the ship appear as other ships. The layout on the ship isn't perfect. Miracle Worker Secondary is still not that great in the current state of the game, but it is still going to be a very capable ship. We just need to see the full set of buffs those modes have to see what sort of impact this ship will have long term. But overall, even though this won't be a ship for everyone, I really like that they're experimenting. I'll cover this ship more once we have more news about it, but in the meantime, I'd be curious to hear what you guys think of it in the comments down below. And before I hop over to some more STO news, Real Merch just announced a huge sale with up to 85% off on their Eaglemoss ship models, so if you want to grab a physical copy of this Holoship, some of the STO ships, or some of the other popular ships like the Shepherd variant of the Gagarin, they have them all at a great discount, and if it's your first order through them, you can take an additional 5% off at checkout by using code CasualSAB. My affiliate link will be down below for those interested. Now, shifting over to the PC patch notes for today, there were a variety of fixes for the Premilian accessories. They fixed a bug where players couldn't see or activate the Task Force Operations channel on the chat configuration. They fixed a bug that was affecting multiple kit modules where, despite being unable to upgrade quality beyond purple, tech upgrades could still be spent and consumed in the upgrade window. Affected kit modules are now able to progress past purple to ultraviolet and gold as intended. And the last fix here is for those of you that bought the Mudge Unification Mega Choice Pack, where you were not getting the ships, though I have seen some conflicting information in-game from people that bought the Mega Bundles still saying that they cannot get the ships. So if you're experiencing that, please leave a comment down below. Next up, as I covered in yesterday's news video, there is a Dilithium event that started up today running until June 24th at noon Pacific time. Alongside that, there's also a 20% sale for ships that cost Dilithium over at the Shipyard vendor. And we also have a return of the Dilithium Vanity Shields in the Dill store until the 24th as well. And next up, just a reminder of some of the other events that I went over in yesterday's video. For PC, a Phoenix Prize Pack event started today and runs until June 26th. So for the next week, you can go in and pick up a free Phoenix Prize Pack from Ona on Deep Space Nine or Grim on Drozana. In addition, you can convert your Phoenix tokens to the experimental ship upgrades. Just be aware, with the new additions, that the experimental ship upgrades have moved down in the window here. And then for console players, you guys do still have an Admiralty bonus week active until June 24th at noon Pacific. And you have a Red Alert event that started on Tuesday and is running until July 1st at noon Pacific. And to close things out, I have a few non-STO things to go over. The first is that GOG just started their summer sales, which includes discounts on many older Star Trek games. For those of you not familiar with GOG, it is owned by the same folks behind Cyberpunk 2077 and the Witcher series. Good Old Games Preservation Program helps make sure classics will still work on modern machines, and their DRM-free approach means you actually own the games that you buy from them. And over on Fanatical, there's a brand new charity bundle up to support the National Society for Prevention of Cruelty to Children. And in this bundle is Star Trek Prodigy Supernova. All of these keys are for Steam. I don't know how good this game is, but you can pick up it and all the other games in this bundle for as little as $6. So if you want to support a charity while getting another Star Trek game to play around with, then I'll have that linked down below for those interested. And shifting over to some free games, over on Epic Games, the Operator is free to claim until June 26th at 10 a.m. Central. Over on Twitch, if you have Amazon Prime, then there's a bunch of free games for you to pick up, and the keys here are for GOG, the Epic Games Store, and Amazon's Luna Store. And the final game giveaway here is from Intel, so they have a thing going on where if you sign up for their newsletter and create an account over on their Software Advantage program, you can get a code to redeem one of the 5 games you see listed here. Well, 4 games or 6 months of this Ubisoft Plus membership. So the full info for what you need to do here is on this Reddit post, but the games that you can pick from are Nightingale, Total War Warhammer 3, Assassin's Creed Mirage, or Remnant from the Ashes, and the 5th option is again 6 months of Ubisoft Plus classics. But that is it for today. There's been a bit of news. I did not expect that leak to drop with the patch here. I figured we still had like another week to go until there'd be news about that ship. But it managed to slip through, so we at least have some preliminary information about it. Again, let me know what you guys think of it down below, and as always, thank you to all channel members and viewers for the continued support. See you guys around.